and not wait.
Thank you, Darrell.
The problem with some of this is that we become so reactive
Excuse me.
to...
Go ahead. Would you identify yourself?
My name is
Talk to you?
David Sale. Most of you folks know who I am,
I'm
and
Lou
I
Brown.
apologize for that. It's great to see the interaction today
Yes.
and the concern here. You can't point the finger at people. We just have to make it a better and safer place. I heard a comment over here, it usually is the pedestrian's fault. Let's take this away. If we review some of these pictures, it's common sense to know when you're putting pedestrians in a position where they have to cross railroad tracks diagonally, that puts them on that track for a longer period of time. Safety engineers have known that for years. It's no new information. If you put a pedestrian, and if you look in all of your upgrades, which hats off, Harry, nice job. Keep doing this. Spend our dough here. You got an extra $100,000 in the grant program. Let's put it towards the crossings, because the reality of, if you put them more parallel, they're on that track system a lot less time. It takes them off of it. So that's why if you see in most of these, most of the new crossings, it puts them they're crossing the track in a more directional way, and it gives them a place to go. The biggest problem is now we're being reactive to all the stuff that was done 25 years ago. We weren't in the mindset that pedestrians are going to get hit. There's not as many back then, of course. They're new lines. There's no incident. There's no statistics saying that. So granted, we do have to be reactive in that sense, but let's be proactive in the new construction sense.
Sure.
Let's plan for this. So we don't have to adjust what we've already built. That's the big deal. And I've been across the United States. I've dealt with hundreds of transit agencies nationwide. If I go to a APTA meeting or a board meeting, they know who I am. That's no surprise. So I apologize for not introducing myself. I'm getting a little more accustomed, and I know these people. I did a study with SEPTA. They called me and asked me to come out there and help them advocate for changing the mirror systems on their buses, because they had 83 strikes in a year's time. 16 months, I believe it was. And it really pisses off a guy like me, because they actually refer to hitting a pedestrian there as a knockdown. Well, don't call my daughter a knockdown. So, of course, I have to adapt to that, as well as adapting to the very commonly used term of under the bus, because that's where my daughter died. So we have to adapt. We have to stop being so damn reactive and continue to be proactive. And again, hats off to what I've seen. You're heading in that direction. But let's be more proactive, and I'll say it like I always have. Let's stop reviewing and start doing, because we already have a lot of this information. You look at that past information, the tests, the studies that Cleveland's done on mirrors, and you guys are still buying buses with mirrors in the same position that just paid $2 million in a lawsuit. I mean, come on. Let's not keep doing that. How much do you think it'd cost you to retrofit all those buses with the proper mirrors? Not $2 million. The study at SEPTA in Philadelphia was $43 a mirror. The study in Cleveland, when they retrofitted their buses with the advanced style, or even lower what they had. But let's stop buying buses with the same mirrors and the same mirror configuration. You think? I mean, let's go back to some common sense here and stop reviewing and start doing. And invest our money that way. Invest these guys' money that way. I don't even live here. I throw money into your economy when I come and entertain myself here, so I do have a little bit of say, and my daughter died entertaining herself in your city. So, please, please. She's been at it for how long? And you're still
10 years.
reviewing hers. And I know you guys haven't, and I'm just trying to say, you guys can start pulling the punches, and we need to start pulling the trigger on this stuff.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Just one more thing that will help, and you have to think about this. You have two trains now. You have the new and the old. Now, these trains, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, their doors open in different places. If we go to the new trains, where the new trains have the cover in the front, so that when you hit a pedestrian, it doesn't suck them up underneath like my son, we use the new trains. You set it up on your stations so that you've got a railing and you've got an opening for where the train is. Then you're even safer at your stations because people can't fall off or a child won't run in front. So go to your new ones. That's going to only save lives in many different ways. So am I correct? Do they open in two different places?
They do open in different places.
Okay.
And trains are ubiquitous throughout the system, so they're not limited to one track section, which is the issue with the rails that you described. But we can talk about, Harry would be happy to describe that.
Yeah.
But
And you know what? We need a thing where we can come in and meet with you more. If not you, let's make up a safety system so that we can come in and more public people. There's a lot of people out there living our life, and we want to help. We want to make it safer, or we wouldn't spend as many years as I have and he has.
Well, and the only thing I want to close with is, we're not talking about just our families that have been affected by this. You're talking about all the operators that have had to go through it. What's left for them?
Yeah.
So, thanks.
Thank you.
Great comments. Thank you very much.